Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. We are
Juan Daniel Álvarez Cadena
and Camilo Laya. We come from Universidad de los Andes in Bogotá, Colombia, and we're very pleased to share with you our work that is entitled The Exogenous Challenge of Coffee Price Dynamics, Searching for Endogenous Hope. The problem is this one. In this graphic, you can see the yearly behavior of coffee price, international coffee price, and the income of coffee growers in Colombia. As you can see, there is a high correlation between these two graphics. Coffee price is highly volatile because of the dynamics of weather and international market. These are exogenous forces for coffee growers. But however, this coffee price, as you can see, seems to determine the income of coffee farmers, which means the main problem we want to tackle, that is the economic volatility for coffee growers. They don't have economic stability for the mid and long term. And we want to believe that they can overcome these exogenous dynamics of coffee price in order to have a more stable income. We use this framework proposed by George Richardson in 2011. We really like it a lot. This is a 2x2 table in which we have in this side of the table the perspective of modeling. We can have an endogenous perspective of modeling or an exogenous perspective for modeling a situation. And in this, for the columns, we have the true state of affairs. The reality we want to model sometimes is driven more by exogenous forces, but sometimes really can be seen as more driven by endogenous forces. So we are in this upper part of this table, of course, because we are system dynamics modelers, so we want to believe that we can have an endogenous modeling point of view. But we are facing, as you can see here, perhaps an exogenous reality. So this would mean that we would be in this scenario in which we strive for understanding, but ultimately we would fail trying to model endogenously a reality that seems to be mainly exogenously driven. We want to move to this scenario. We want to believe that we can create understanding and leverage in order for coffee growers to have more control of their economic future, regardless of these exogenous forces of coffee price. In order to do this, we made a field work. We interviewed the main actors of this situation. We built this conceptual framework. We identified key goals, interests, and main decision and action points of actors in this situation in a specific region of the country called Huila. This is one of the main coffee producing regions in the country. And based on this, we built this dynamic hypothesis expressed in this causal loop diagram. As you can see, we have here the stock price, this exogenous international market driven variable that determines the price. And we have here the income of coffee growers. So this is the situation that regardless of this rich endogenous world of key decisions that are highlighted in red, for example, the technification made by coffee growers in order to have less expenses, they invest a lot in agricultural training and have a smarter cultivation. They can increase the area to cultivate, etc. However, the situation is one. Seemingly, we are in this scenario in which exogenous forces overpower an endogenous perspective in which we want to believe. We want to be here and try to make these feedback loops count. This means to make decisions made by coffee growers count in order to overpower these exogenous forces. This is our main goal. So we built a stock and flow model in order to test and have a tool in order to explore scenarios. Already we have this simulation that is a reliable simulation. You can see our model is reproducing similarly this reality. We have dynamics of price and profit. We will do the next steps that are to complete our field work. Because of the lockdown and the pandemics, it has been difficult for us to advance in this field work. We want to test new strategies and include them in the model. For example, the introduction of new cultivation practices, or for example, income diversification. We want also to explore scenarios for a recently created stabilization fund of coffee price made by the Colombian government. We want to include this scenario in the model. And of course, we want to check and explore the dominance and the scope of endogenous dynamics of these rich feedback loops that the coffee growers could use in order to improve their situation. This is a summary of our work. We would be very pleased to receive your comments, your questions, or to share with you any interest you have through the conference or via our emails. Goodbye.